Shalom.
Feed first.
Yeah. All right, Shalom, Israel. This is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, formed out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under command of YAHANNA. Clap it up. It's the I.S.U.P.K. Houston / Galveston / Port Arthur Beaumont / Lufkin Sabbath service today. And what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be going over the scriptures in the Hebrew and the English, giving you full circle understanding of what the Bible is saying. Because in the Christian church and, you know what I'm saying, in your grandmother's house, in the Muslim mosque, and in all of these different places where they call so-called religious, they don't tell you what the Bible and what God really says. And I I.S.U.P.K, the Commander YAHANNA, we are the true priests. We've come to explain, teach, and build with you guys on exactly what the Bible says.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? The Bible it could be a complex book if you don't have the right teachers. You might be being led astray. You might be being led into a place where you can't even come back from. We see that a lot in the Catholic Church. We see that a lot in Baptist churches and all churches for that matter. You know, our duty and our job is to make sure that Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans get the food that is in this Bible, the spiritual food, the spiritual nourishment, and all the leadership that they need in order to succeed, not only in America, not only in the world, but under the Most High God. Right. With that being said, I invite you to stand. Go bring up our first reader.
YAHANNA.
We'll start with our prayers. YAHANNA. Sar, use the turn. Go face the east. Start with the Lord's Prayer.
The Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Wadash.
Kodash.
Ayah. Shamka. Yahweh. Malak Waska. Taba'ah. Zaka. Ayah. Aisha. Baratza. Kawa. Ayah. Bashamayim. Nathanaw. Lacham. Call. Yawam. Wasalak now. Tawat now. Tasalak now. Tawati now. Wala'ah. Taba'ai now. Manasaya one. Abal. Awashaya now. Mayan. Right. Kaya. Laka. Amalakwa. Bahala. Hatapara. Awalamium. Aman.
In the English, our Father. Which art in heaven. Hallowed be thy name. Yahweh. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth. As it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. And forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power and the glory. Forever. So be it.
Achak, the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai.
I.S.U.P.K. Yahushua.
Baba Kasha.
Galveston.
The thunder now.
Thunder now.
Akak.
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 The Rapa'ah.
Rabba'a.
Call Makala.
Call Makala.
Wakal Marawa.
Call Marawa.
Akak.
Akak.
Latahar.
That's a hard.
Amatsarayim.
Amatsurayo.
Akak.
Akak.
Lahakwayam.
Nahakuyam.
Amasiyam.
Amakiyam.
Akak.
Akak.
Al-Rakawat.
Al-Rakawa.
Atama Allah.
Tabala.
The Garashad.
Galveston.
Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai.
I.S.U.P.K. Yahushua.
The water.
The water.
Aman.
Aman. In the English, Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the
The
power.
power to heal all manner of sickness.
Power to heal all manner of sickness
And all manner of disease.
and all manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
Power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to raise the dead.
Power to raise the dead.
Power against unclean spirits.
Power against unclean spirits.
Cast them out.
To cast them
In
out.
the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. Bless Israel. Yahweh.
Yahweh. I.S.U.P.K. Yahushua.
Barak Lanawa.
Barak Lanawa.
YAHANNA.
YAHANNA.
Wahabayat Saparium.
YAHANNA.
Barak.
Barak.
Hashim Yahweh Shai.
I.S.U.P.K. Yahushua.
The water.
The water.
Aman.
Aman. In the English, Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Bless us.
Bless us.
And Israel.
And Israel.
And the school.
And the school.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah.
Asha'ah.
Ayanya.
Ayanya.
Ahaharium.
Al-Haharyam.
Ma'ayan.
Ma'ayan.
Yaba'ah.
Yaba'ah.
Izaria.
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 Ma'ayin.
Ma'ayin.
Yahweh. Aisha.
Aisha.
Shemayim.
Shemayim.
Wa'aratza.
Wa'aratza.
Ayathan.
Ayathan.
Lamawat.
Lamawat.
Bagolka.
Golka.
Ayanawam.
Yanawam.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Ana.
Ana.
La'a.
La'a.
Yanawam.
Yanawam.
Wala'a.
Wala'a.
Yayishan.
Yason.
Shawamar.
Shawamar.
Yasha'ala.
Yasha'ala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Tazalka.
Zalka.
Al-Yad.
Al-Yad.
Yamyanka.
Yamyanka.
Yawamam.
Yawamam.
Hashamash.
Ashbash.
La'ayakayaka.
I.S.U.P.K.
Wayarach.
Wayrak.
Malayala.
Malayala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamarka.
Yashamarka.
Makal Rai.
Call Ryan.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Astapashka.
Abdapashka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamar Taza'afka.
Yashamar Taza'afka.
Wabawa Aka.
Wabawaka.
Ma'aita.
Aita.
Wa'aid Awalam.
Aida Walam. In the English. I will lift up mine eyes.
I will lift up mine eyes
Unto the hills.
unto the hill.
From whence cometh my help?
From which cometh my help?
My help cometh from Yahweh.
My help cometh from Yahweh,
Which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Yasha'ala
he that keepeth Yasha'ala
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in
and thy coming in
from this time forth
from this time forth
and even forevermore.
and even forevermore. Psalm 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim.
Alahayim.
All Damiyalaka.
All Damiyalaka.
All Sakarash.
All Thakarash.
All.
All
Sashakwat.
Nashakwat.
All. Kaya.
Kaya.
Ana.
Ana.
Awayabika.
Abiyabika.
Yahama Yawan.
Yahama Yawan.
Wamashanayaka.
Umashanayaka.
Sha'awa.
Nasa'awa.
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash.
Al-Amika.
Al-Aimika.
Ya'ara Yamwa.
Ya'ira Yamwa.
Sawad.
Sawad.
Wayata Ya'ai Tazawa.
Wayata Ya'ai Tazawa.
All Tazapawanyaka.
All Tazapawanyaka.
Amarwa.
Amarwa.
Lakawa.
Lakawa.
Wanakak Yadam.
Wanakakidam.
Lagoya.
Magalia.
Wala'a.
Wala'a.
Yazakar.
Yazakar.
Sham Yashala.
Sham Yasha'ala.
Awad.
Iwad.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Nawa'ai Tazawa.
Nawa'ai Tazawa.
La.
La.
Yakadwa.
Yakadwa.
Al-Yaka.
Al-Yaka.
Baryath.
Baryath.
Yakaraswa.
Yakaraswa.
Ahoya.
Ahoya.
Arawam.
Arawam.
Wayashamai Aliyam.
Wayashama'i Alaham.
Mawa'aba.
Mawa'aba.
Wahagariya.
Wahagariya.
The ball.
The ball.
Wa'amawan.
Wa'amawan.
Wa'amalak.
Wa'amalak.
Palashaf.
Alashah.
Amyashabia.
Amyashabia.
Tazawar.
Tazawar.
Gum Ashawar.
Amashawar.
Nalawat.
Nalawat.
Imam.
Imam.
Ayawa.
Ayawa.
Zarawat.
Darwat.
Labanya Lawat.
Labanya Lawat.
Salah.
Salah.
Aishalaham.
Aishalaham.
Kamadia.
Kamadia.
Kasiyah Sara'ah.
Asayasa Ra'ah.
Kayabian, Banakal, Wayashuan, Nashamadwa, Ayanda, Ayawa, Daman, Adama, Shayatamwa, Nadiyamuwa, Kaira, Wakaza Abba, Wakaza Zamanai, Called Nasiakamwa, Ashar, Amarwa, Nayarasha, Lanawa, Naawa, Alahaya, Sayatamwa, Kagagala, Kakwash, Tapanya, Rukwa, Kaash, Sabaira, Yaira, Wakalahaba, Dalahat, Arya, Khan, Taradama, Basa Irika, Wabasa Wapaka, Tabahala, Mala'a, Panyaham, Walawan, Wayabakwashwa, Shamka, Yahawa, Yabashwa, Wayabahova, Ayai, Wayakabara, Wayabadwa, Wayadaiwa, Kaya, Ata, Shamka, Yahawa, Labaka, Ayawan, Al-Kaharaza. In the English, keep not thy silence. O power. Hold not thy peace. And be not still. O power. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult. And they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people. And consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, Come, and let us cut them off from being a nation. That the name of Yasharallah may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. Tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarine, the Baal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah. Do unto them as unto the Midianites. As to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kaisan, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb, and like Zeed. Yea, all their princes at Sabbath, and as Zamunah, who said, let us take to ourselves houses of power in possession. On my power. Make them like a wheel. As the stubble before the wind. As the fire burneth the wood. And as the flame set the mouth on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest. And make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame. That they may seek thy name. O Yahweh. Let them be confounded in trouble forever. Yea, let them be put to shame. And perish. That men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the Most High over all the earth. That Sar and Yeshua means to see. Clap it up, man. Prayers, man. Prayers be praying. Right. You know what I'm saying? So we back at it again, man. Big ups to all my brothers and sisters who are with us today, who are following along with us in the scriptures, who are following along with us in the every week as we break these things down. I know it's been a while since y'all have seen me here, man. Lord allowed it, so I'm here. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna go ahead and rock it out as we should. Where we starting in today?
Exodus 29 and 21. I mean 21 and 29. Yeah. 21. It's like it's.
It's are we? I don't know. Are we live right now?
Say we live. Should be live on YouTube. Something wrong with the YouTube. So we can only go live on Facebook.
Something wrong?
Yeah.
no sweat. Go ahead and get started. Whenever you're ready, y'all.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 21, verse 1.
29.
I'm out. So life. Same thing. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 21, verse 29. Wa'am. Shawar. Nagak. Hawa. Hawa'a. Ma Damal. Shal Sham.
Shalom.
Shal. Oh. Shal Lasham. Wahawa. Wahawa. Wahawa'ai. The die. Oh. But by. Lai Yawa. Wa La'a. Yasham. Yasha. Yasham. Ra. Nawa. Yasham. Yashamar Nawa. Yashamar Nawa. Waham Ya. Ya. Waham Ya. Ayash. Iwa. Awa. Asha. 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 Ashawar. Ya. Yasa. Yasaqua. Yasaqua. Wana. Wanam. Wanam. Wagam. Salah. Wagam. But I lie what lie your what? I love, but I love your what? But I love your what? Your warm, your warm mouth, your warm mouth. Verse 30. Kapar. So what? No. Your what? Your what? Shot.
Your shot.
Well, your shot.
Your shot.
Your was shot.
I tell you.
I lie you up. I lie you up. Wana, wanath, wanathan, wanathan. Padayan, padayan. Not, 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 so, not shawa, not shawa. Not shawa.
The posture.
The pashwa, so like kakal, ashore, yawa, yawasap, what yawashap. I love Yawa. Wahasha war. Wahasha war. Yup. Yama. Yup. Yes. Select. Yes. Aqua. Wakaya. Verse 33. Wakaya. Yapath. Yapath. Oh, you think Yapath or is it? Yapath. Right. Yapath. Ayash. War. Awa. Kaya. Yakara. Yakara. Ayash. Ba'ar. Wala. Wala. Yaka. Sana. Nor. No. Wakasa. Nawa. Wanapala. Wanapala. Wanapal. Okay. Wanapal. Shama. Shawar. Awa. Kak. Kak. Kama. Kama war. Kama war. Select. Verse 34. Ba'al. Hop. Hop war. Yashalom. 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 Kasap. Yashayar. Yashayar. La ba'ai. La yawa. Wahamath. Yaha. 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 Lowa. Verse 35. Wakaya. Yagat. Yagat. Shawar. Ayash. Ath. Sawar. Shawar. Ra'ai. Awa. Wa'ai hawa. Wa'math. Wa'maka. Rawa. Ath. Hasawar. Hakaya. Waka. Tasawa. Ath. Kasapawa. Kasapawa. Wagam. Ath. Hamath. Yaka I. Salaki. Yaka Taza one. Okay. Waka Taza one. Salaki. Verse 36. Awa. Know what the I. Know what the I. Kaya. Shawar.
Nagak, Hawa, Awa, Moth, Mawal, Shal, Sham, Shalasha, Shalasham. Say it like that. Is that good?
That's good.
Well, Walla'a, Walla'a. Yasham, Ra, Nawa. Oh, Yashamar, Nawa. Yashamar, Nawa.
Good, real quick, sir. So you see, Yashamar, Shamar, you can see the what at the end.
Yeah.
That's your suffix.
Right.
The ya at the beginning is your prefix.
I see.
That's how you know Shamar. You say it like Shamar.
Shamar.
That's
That's right. Select. But I love Yawa. But I Yawa.
that.
Okay. Shalom. Ya Shalom. Shawar. The Kath. Ha Shawar. Waha Math. Ya.
Yeah.
Yahai. How you say it?
Yeah.
Yahaya. Okay, how I know not to say that?
It was a at the end. One you say before, it just kind of sounds like anyway. You know what I'm saying? They all sound like
Right.
Just kind of say it with the behind
Gotcha. It's black.
You're doing great, huh?
Lawa. Let's see.
I'm saying great.
In the English, this is the book of Exodus, chapter 21, verse 29. Verse 29. But if an ox were want to push with his horn in time past, and it hath been testified to his owner, and he hath not kept him in, but that he hath killed a man or a woman, the ox shall be stoned, and its owner shall be put to death.
All right, so just to recap, let's go to 28. Let's read 28 right into 29.
Con out of one con. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 21, verse 28. If an ox gore a man or a woman.
So if an ox runs into a man or a woman and pretty much punctures them with their horns, what?
That they die, then the ox shall be surely stoned.
So if an ox does that, punctures a man or a woman, and that woman dies, or that man or that woman dies, then the ox is going to be stoned to death. Cool?
And his flesh shall not be eaten, but the owner of the ox shall be quit.
So they're not going to eat the ox. They're going to stone the ox to death, and the owner, he going to be safe. He ain't gonna, it was the animal's fault. The animal done it. The owner is not to blame. You know what I'm saying? Not at fault. Keep going.
Verse 29. But if the ox were want to push with his horn in time past, and it had been testified to his owner, and he hath not kept him in, but that he hath killed a man or a woman, the ox shall be stoned, and his owner shall be put to death.
So if the ox is known to be a little bit aggressive, right? And the owner has been notified of it. It's been testified to the owner before. Somebody has told him about his ox. He knows about his ox being like this. And he don't keep that ox inside, locked up, and that ox then goes on and kills a man or a woman, And not only that the ox be put to death, but the man who or the owner of the ox shall be put to death too.
Right.
The problem with the significance of this law is pretty much the same significance of any gross negligence laws in America.
That's right.
You understand me? The laws of the Bible are nothing different than the laws of America in that those laws are there to govern people in situations and instances where things need to be done in order to set a precedence and set an example for the people around them. You understand me? Like the reason why they got speeding violations and speeding tickets is so that they can prevent people from speeding. And, you know, some people like to say, you know, they also have speeding tickets to finance these departments. And you know, you can have you can have that stance if you like, but the main objective is that if something happens and somebody is harmed, then some kind of consequence needs to be paid for it, so that the people who need justice in that aspect feel justified. You understand me? They feel like they can be at peace. You know what I'm saying? They feel like they've gotten a fair shake on the situation that's happened to them. You got to think about the families of those people that, you know what I'm saying, may be dealing with a death because of an ox.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, if your mother or father or brother or sister got killed by an ox and the owner didn't know nothing about it, then yeah, we're gonna get rid of the ox.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You might be a little bit upset, but you can't be upset at the owner because the owner is not the animal. But now if that ox, the owner knows, everybody in town knows that this is a bad, that ox right there is a unruly ox.
Right.
And that ox gets out and kills somebody, somebody got to pay for that.
That's right.
Okay, so
I got something. Go ahead. There's like I'm in the trucking field, you know, and like in transportation, you get a lot of these guys that's driving these trucks that's not in regulation. They got faulty steering systems, just destroyed. The tires is bald, and instead of them replacing the equipment and getting regulated equipment that won't be dangerous for the worker and the public, they'll try to cut corners and keep their vehicle just so they don't have to spend money. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
And then by that happening, you put everybody at risk because you a scumbag.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And in this law, these type of people that's like this, slumlords, people who hold businesses and put people in the worst type of working conditions, will be put to death.
Right.
That's a very bad. People don't take it today as seriously. It's crazy how numb we are to taking things like this serious.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Got it. That's a lot. Good.
Go ahead.
Just to expound on what you were saying, the priest was saying, pretty much you were saying, in the days of the Old Testament, if you was a scumbag, if you was doing something unrighteous or unbrotherly, you'd be put to death.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But Christ, he had to do away with putting people to death because we got so out of hand. We were scumbags even in putting people to death.
Right.
We were trying to say, oh, you did this, you did something minuscule, we're gonna put them to death.
Right.
Put people to death left and right. Was it not really knowing the spirit of the law? Saying not knowing, this man's, let's say it was a dog. This is the scriptures say ox, but let's say there's other beasts, just we're gonna keep it an ox because he brought a good point. You know what I'm saying? You're working in a field with this ox, and the ox maul you up and kill you or unalive you. You know what I'm saying? And you knew that ox was a bad ox, then you know what I'm saying, you were a scumbag. You deserve to be stoned.
Right.
But you don't deserve to be stoned on every little thing. So that's what I just wanted to bring that point out. People were scumbags, but we even turned into scumbags being scumbags, which is why Christ had to, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense.
Which is why Christ had to do that ultimate sacrifice. No more stoning people.
Right.
But we're going to be reading a lot about people getting stoned for the next today and probably the next day too.
Right. Verse 30. If there be laid on him a sum of money, then he shall give for the ransom of his life whatsoever is laid up upon him. Verse 31. Whether he have God a son, or have God a daughter, according to this judgment shall it be done unto him.
So if he had some kind of money on him, you know what I'm saying, then he's gonna be able to give that. Like if the owner happened to be a man that got a little bit of bread, he gonna have to give some bread to the family, basically. You know what I'm saying? It's no different than the laws today, where you got pain and suffering. You know what I'm saying? This is you know, people don't like to give credit where credit's due, but every law system on the planet has its basis in following the laws of God.
That's right.
In the Bible. You understand me? That's where they get their baseline from. That's where they get the whole like procedure. You understand me? The whole protocol.
What's fair?
Yeah, what's fair, and not only what's fair, but the whole the whole approach on laws and judgment. You know what I'm saying? Me and what happens when you do these things, and like that whole approach that comes from the Bible.
Right.
You understand? Like you look, you run into an Egyptologist, and they tell you about the such and such confessions and 99 confessions of whoever. You know what I'm saying? They tell you about all that, and none of it is actual practical laws for people to follow. It's all talking about what I won't do and what this and all that. It's no different than when you scroll on Instagram and you see these bogus ass memes and posts that women who got their heart broken post.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? As subliminals to make somebody feel some kind of way. That's what my eye and these rules like that pretty much display.
Right.
When you look at the rules and laws in the Bible, it's strictly, and it's a direct parallel to all the laws in America. It's a direct parallel to all laws all around.
Right.
You understand me? They work the same way, because the laws of God aren't there just to be like memes where you can do them or you can't do them. Christian church teaches. They're actual laws to keep and govern a people and a nation.
Right.
You understand me? That's what makes the Bible different than the Bible that you learned in the Christian church. The Bible that you learned in the Christian church allows you to believe or not believe what this thing says. It allows you to say that these things, you know what I'm saying, are optional in some cases. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to, like, I believe in the New Testament, not the Old. I this, I that. You know what I'm saying? In the I.S.U.P.K, the Commandment YAHANNA, and in the Bible, we not only see the laws, but we have to teach them that way. And teaching them that way is what makes us a great people. Is what makes us different than all the other people. Go ahead.
Verse 32. If the ox shall push a manservant or a maidservant, he shall give unto their master 30 shekels of silver, and the ox shall be stoned. 33. And if a man shall open a pit,
Go back.
gotcha. Right?
Yeah. Let's go back to 32. They changed the subject. Read it one more time.
Verse 32. If the ox shall push a manservant or a maidservant, he shall give unto their master 30 shekels of silver, and the ox shall be stoned.
So this just, again, pain and suffering and justice for the people that got ran over you. Like a servant to a man who has servants is losing a servant is costly.
Right.
And so by losing that servant, somebody got to get paid. You understand me? The owner gonna have to take care of the servant in some forms. You understand me? And if you harm my servant with your unruly animal, then I need something so I can make sure that this servant is taken care of, so I can have my servant back.
Right.
You understand me? I need my servant. I need somebody to wash these clothes.
Right.
If your ox run over my clothes washer, who gonna wash my clothes now?
That's right.
I need you to pay me so that I can make sure that my servant gets back on their feet so that they can get back to washing their clothes.
Right.
Like these are the type of laws that, and they say in the kingdom of heaven, they kind of make you think that there ain't gonna be no laws in the kingdom of heaven. But how the hell we gonna govern each other if we don't have no laws to govern one another?
Right.
How we gonna govern anything if we don't have rules and boundaries in order to govern? You can't even govern your own relationships. That's why y'all in these faulty, no working ass relationships now. That's why you can't. That's why your relationship. I'm not talking about just relationships, man and woman. I'm talking about your relationship with everybody. You got faulty, bogus relationships because you don't know how to set rules and boundaries and what people should do and how they should act when they deal with you.
Right.
You understand me? You don't have no rules, and a person that doesn't have no rules invites chaos, not only in their life but in their nation. You understand me? Well, a nation without rules will turn chaotic.
Right.
There will be no peace because as soon as somebody gets trespassed and there's no justice for them, then an eye for an eye for an eye for an eye for an eye, and then everybody dead.
Right.
Well, good, sir. What you're saying is heavy beyond measures because so when we out and about, when the I.S.U.P.K is doing our training and and whatever park or whatever, and then the heathens say, these people are training and they're what they call us anarchist group or something like that. Militant, post-apocalyptic militant group. And they thinking that we trying to promote anarchy and just in government with New World Order. No. But we trying to promote this government, but not anarchy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have rules. The rules are gonna be not rules, but laws. The laws are gonna be laws of this Bible.
Right.
When the laws of this Bible are governing the world, then the laws of this government are gonna look like they're gonna look like it was a joke.
Right.
It's gonna be baby food compared to the law of the Bible. It's like my Adawan said, like the priest said, the laws from this government come from the laws of this Bible. But they start getting greedy. They start doing things based on income and based on the rich staying rich and the poor staying poor. All types of politics. That's why the laws of this nation are gonna fail.
Right.
That's all I had. So it's like
if I may add one, this one say, if the ox shall push a manservant on he shall give unto their master. So it said the maidservant are paid for the ox to be stoned.
No.
What does it say?
So the person who owns the ox is going to have to give to the owner of the maid servant. Because
I see. Yeah.
If an ox hurts a person,
right,
why would the person have to pay?
That's what I'm just trying to make sure that I'm on the right page.
No, I got you, Father.
Okay.
So it wouldn't make sense that the maid would have to pay for being hurt.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's not a just law. That's not and we got these laws from the Most High God. We don't serve an unjust God.
Right.
You understand me? So he wouldn't. It wouldn't play out that way. It would definitely play out that it makes more logical sense. It's more practical.
So the master is giving his maidservant out to work for a man that got
the master has a maidservant doing work. An ox, a random ox, hits his maidservant.
Yeah.
that maid servant, that the owner of that ox is going to have to pay for that. Pay the owner. The owner of the ox is going to have to pay the owner of the maid.
I see. Now, okay. Now I got my understanding. Right. So this is like I got a piece of equipment out here. It's faulty, and then it kills a family driving. I mean, the other live some people and some children in a vehicle that's over here. You got faulty equipment out here. So now you gotta pay restitution.
Right. The company gotta
Pay the restitution to those people.
And the ox gonna get served too.
That's basically where they come from.
That's workers' comp.
I see. I was just trying to make sure I was on the right page.
Like I said,
Yeah.
every law and boundary and protocol and all of that, it derives from the formulation of how the scriptures and the laws of the Bible are formed. Like even the concepts in itself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All these concepts, like you said, workers' comp,
right.
All these restitution, all these different concepts stem from something that was created in the laws of God.
Right.
The verbiage and the lingo has just evolved.
It's just, to me, it's mind baffling how these people came up with this so long ago. You get what I'm saying? Okay.
I'm saying what you were saying. I heard that we were more advanced as a society in these days, to be honest.
That's what I'm saying. They seem like they more intelligent because today is just on. I mean,
but that's to hear. I heard that from somebody. Yeah. I'm not sure how. I mean, like you said, it could very well be just based on reading these scriptures. Very well be the truth.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure how. I mean, as far as rules and regulation and what's righteous and what's not righteous, we definitely were ahead back then.
Have to be. I mean, I'm just looking at it and I'm like, it's crazy how back so far away, so far behind back in the past, we came up with these that govern the world today. You get what I'm saying? We haven't changed. The only thing we've done is got more technology, but it seems like the more technology we get, the more buffoonery we get into. You get what I'm saying?
That simplicity was where it was at.
Right.
Being able to look at things for what they were.
Right.
Go ahead.
Gotcha. Verse 33. And if a man shall open a pit, or if a man shall dig a pit and not cover it, and an ox or ass fall therein. Verse 34, the owner of the pit shall make it good, and give money unto the owner of them, and the dead beast shall be his.
So basically, if you dig a pit or a hole for whatever reason,
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You might be digging it to catch something, you might be digging it to, you know what I'm saying, get rid of some garbage or whatever. If you dig a hole and the animal or ox or ass or donkey fall into that pit, you pretty much got to buy that donkey or the pit or the owner of the pit, the person who opened that pit up, the person who instructed that pit to be opened up, got to pay for that animal.
Right.
And now you own the animal. Now you got to get rid of the animal. That's your animal now.
Right.
So you gotta pay whatever cost to that, whatever that animal costs to that owner, you gotta pay him back for it. Like this is like it's baseline exactly what, you know what I'm saying, we deal with today.
Right.
You destroy somebody's property, you gotta pay them for what you destroyed.
Right.
But in this case, you're gonna have to clean it up too. Mm-hmm. Keep going.
Verse 35. And if one man's ox hurt another's, that he die, then they shall sell the live ox and divide the money of it. And the dead ox also they shall divide.
So if your ox hurts another ox, and we selling everything and we breaking the money down. So everybody got to get their fair share.
Right.
That's the whole point. These laws are here not just to punish things that need to get punished, but make sure that there's a fair shake for everybody, so that don't nobody feel like they've been done dirty, so to speak.
If I may, these oxes can be divided to be eaten. They don't have to be not eaten. You can eat
Right.
these.
It is. If it don't say you can't eat them,
You can eat them.
That's why he's saying that the dead ox you're gonna divide. You're gonna be able to sell it.
Right. Verse 36. Be known that the ox hath used to push in the time past, and his owner hath not kept him in, he shall surely pay ox for ox, and the dead shall be his own.
So if your ox known for doing something like that, and you ain't keeping him inside to where he can't do that to somebody else's ox,
yeah,
you got to pay for both oxes.
Right.
You got to pay, you got to pay for the ox. Okay, so let me rephrase. However much your ox cost that died, you got to pay for that ox completely, and you got to give all that money to the man that got to pretty much the man whose ox died.
Right.
And then you got to take the dead ox. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy how these rules are set here, so that these are like business rules.
Right.
This ain't just no normal type of rules. These like business rules to keep business in order.
Right.
You understand me? No different than the rules that we got in all these businesses that we have today to keep everything in check. Go ahead.
If I could, sir, I'm just thinking, like back then, you know how we got car insurance, we pay car insurance now,
Right.
just in case I accidentally hit somebody's car, so I mess up somebody's BMW. My car insurance gonna pay. They didn't have that then, so they probably a lump sum of shekel of gold or whatnot, just in case. So I dig in a ditch and somebody else fall in it. I gotta buy somebody else today. I wasn't prepared for that.
Right.
They probably thought past these laws, like I gotta keep some type of insurance money set aside.
Right. Shit, Lord allow they did, because you know how niggas, you know how we be. Like sometimes we just, you know what I'm saying?
Be thugging it out.
And then we back to be serving for a little while.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We out here doing our own work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Trying to figure it out. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, that's how the poor become poor.
Right.
Everybody ain't poor out the gate. Some people become poor.
Right.
Because of things like this.
Not preparing.
Not preparing or you know, shit. Stuff happens.
Yeah.
Stuff happens.
Being tested.
You know? Hey, it happened. It happened to Job. He lost everything. He didn't even know why. You know? Blamed himself. All right, go ahead. Get back to the Hebrew.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 22, verse 1 in the Hebrew. Kaya. Yaganah. Ayash. Shawar. Awa. Sha'at. Sha'at. Let's see. Sha'at.
What?
Sha'at.
My bad.
See.
Yeah, shot.
Wata. Kawa. What tobacco?
Brother named Tobacco, right?
Right.
This is one Tobacco.
What tobacco? Awa. Maka.
Hand
Rawa.
slaughtered. Yeah, hand slaughtered.
Rawa. Huh? Well, right there.
No,
Yeah, yeah. It's about to back. It's a back. Awa. Maka. Rawa. Maka Rawa.
Horrible.
Car. I got you. A car. Huh? That's or is that the come sha kama sha gotcha kama sha bakwa ya shalom takwat ha shawar wa are wa are but I wa are but I wa are but but it's just one Rabbi. Gotcha. Wa Rabbi. I.S.U.P.K. I.S.U.P.K. Ayan. Taza I. Taza Ain. Taza An. Select. Taza An. The Kath. Hasha. An. Bama Rakwat. Roth. Bama Kath Roth. Bama Kath.
We're in the next verse, right?
Yeah. 20. Oh, verse 2. Roth. Bama Kath Roth. Yam Taza Ah. Yamataza. Ha Haganah. Wahaka. Wamath. Ayan. Lawa. Damaya. Yam. Damayam. Damyam. Salakia. Damyam. Salakia. Verse 3. Damayam. Zaraka. That's right. Zaraka. Hashamsha. Hashamash. Salaki. I'll Yawah. Allah Yawah. Al Yawah. Damayam. Lawah. Shalom. Ya Shalom. Ayan. Lawah. What? No. Wanakar, Wanum card, Wanum card, but Bagan,
Baganab, Bagana, Basaw, Nabasaw.
Baganab, Batao, Baganab, the what? Hamataza, verse 4, so like, Hamataza, Dum, Damataza, Damataza, Baya, Dawa, Hagan, Ba'a, Hagan, Ba'a, Masa War, Masha War, I, Hamawar, Hamawar, select, Hamawar, I, Shah, Kayayam, Shanayam, Ya Shalom. Verse 5, Kaya, Ya da I, Ya, Ya ba I, Ya da I, Ya da Ira, Ya da Ira, Ya da Ira, Ya ba Ira, Ya ba Ira. Ayash, Shada, Awa, Karam, Washalak, Washalak, Ah. I don't read those, right? Or do I read his panel?
Read that. Don't read the bracket. Read the prints.
But I Yoro, what? It's right out. But I Yoro, what? But Ira, what? But Ira, Basor, Bashor, Bashor, Bashara, Bashar, Bash, oh, Salaki, Bash, Ada, Bashada, Bashada, Khar, Mayata, Shah, Shada, what? Shadahaw, Warm, Yata, Yup, Warm, Yata,
What? By your time.
Wa, Mayata, Kara, Mawar, Karama,
In most cases, the first letter is going to be sounded by itself.
self, gotcha, I select. Karamwa, Yashalam, verse 6, Kaya, Tataza'a, Asha, Wamataza ah. Wamataza ah.
Taza I.
Right. Quartaza yam. Wana call. Wana call. Na call. Wa na call. The Gada Yash. Awa. Hakwa ma. Ha Kwama. Awa. Ha Hashad. Hashadya. Hashadai. 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 Shalom. Ya Shalom. Hamad. The I. Hamadairu. 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 Ata. At. Salaki. At. Habairu. 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 Verse 7. Kaya. Yatan. Ayash. Al. Ra'ai. Hawa. Kasa. Awa. Kalayam. La Shamar. Wagana. Mabayath. Mabayath. Is that right? How I'm saying that? Mabayath or Mabayath? Mabayath. Ha'ai Yash. Ain. Yamataza Ah. Ain. Am. Ama. Which one? All right. Yamataza Ah. Yamataza Ah. Yamataza Ah. Haganah. Ya Shalom. Shanyam. This is the book of Exodus chapter 22, verse 1. If a man shall steal an ox or a sheep and kill it or sell it, he shall restore 5 oxen for an ox and 4 sheep for a sheep.
Right.
Jeez.
Imagine being an ox owner or a sheep owner. And a man comes to steal 5 sheep, he got to pay. For every 5 he steal, he got to pay 5 more. But for every 1 he steal, he got to pay 5. This is, you know what I'm saying, what made the law so righteous, because it wanted you to not break the law.
Right.
The law was written in a way that when you know what's wrong, it's going to give you some sort of incentive not to do the wrong.
Right.
You understand me? The incentive in this case, or the consequence in this case, would be that if you take 1 sheep from me, then you're going to have to give me 5 back. Like, that'll make a person not want to take no sheep. You understand me?
That's right.
Or they have to pay it back 5-fold.
Right.
That's insane.
Verse 2. If a thief be found breaking up and be smitten that he die, there shall no blood be shed for him.
Say it one more time.
Verse 2. If a thief be found breaking up and be smitten that he die, there shall no blood be shed for him.
So if a thief is found in the act, or they run into the thief and they beat him, then you can't come avenge him. You can't shed blood for the person that was stealing. The person who got stolen from, if he put hands on him, he was justified. Keep going.
Verse 3. If the sun be risen upon him, there shall be blood shed for him. For he should make full restitution. If he have nothing, then he shall be sold for his theft.
So if it says if the sun be risen upon him, meaning, you know what I'm saying, if the days pass, let me see, give me 1 second. Make sure I get this right. It's 22, 3.
It's like, I think I know what you said.
Go ahead.
I think it's saying if that thief got caught in the act stealing, beat him and he didn't die, then the next day he has to pay back what he stole.
Right.
It says for he should make full restitution.
Right.
So I think the next day,
Right.
if he's not dead, then he still got caught in the act of being a thief. So
Right.
he gotta pay that.
It's the continuation from 2. So if you beat the brakes off of next day, he wake up, then he gonna have to pay back everything he owed.
Right.
And if he can't pay it back, then he gotta be sold unto his theft, meaning he gonna have to pay for it in actions. Meaning just like how they say when you at the restaurant, if you can't pay the bill, then they make you go back in the back and wash the dishes.
Yeah.
Same type of concept.
If I may, the blood shed for him seemed like
That's avenging.
yeah, like if he get caught in the act, you can basically unalive him and get away with it.
Right.
But if a day go by and he be found out, but he not.
I mean, really, if I could,
Yeah.
you're not trying to unalive the brother.
Right. I'm just saying.
You're gonna act emotional, or you're gonna act when you see him trying to steal.
Right.
You're gonna do something to him, but hopefully he don't die. But
Right.
if he do die, then he was stealing.
Right.
But if he don't die, then he gotta pay back.
Like,
Yeah.
the whole point of the matter is you don't want to kill him, and it's not just because he's your brother, because that's part of it.
Right.
But how you gonna pay back
Damn.
what he sold if he dead?
Alright,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He can't pay back nothing if he dead.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I see.
Like he didn't win the hide. You didn't found the man. Put hands on him. You gonna bleed him. You gonna bleed him, but he don't die.
Right.
Okay, he gotta pay back for what he took.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now, if you beat him, if you beat the mess out of him and he died, shit, it is what it is. Shouldn't have stole. You know what I'm saying? Can't nobody come avenge him. And you out. Out of what got stolen from you. You out.
It's a lose-lose.
That's why I say.
Real.
That's why it end. That's why the statement ended right there.
Yeah.
But if he don't die, he gonna have to pay.
Right.
If he can't pay, he gonna have to pay.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Keep going.
Kind of coming. Verse 4. If the thief be certainly found in his hand alive, whether it be ox or ass or sheep, he shall restore double.
So if he's still a animal and the animal's still alive, he ain't kill it. He ain't kill it to be sold to parts or kill it to eat it or whatever. Then he gotta pay double back what he stole. Go ahead.
Verse 5. If a man shall cause a field or vineyard to be eaten, and shall put in his beasts, and shall feed in another man's field, of the best of his own field, and of the best of his own vineyard shall he make restitution.
If you got your ox, and instead of feeding them in your field, you let them roam into somebody else's field and eat their food, then you got to take the best of your own field and pay back that man of what he lost.
Right.
So if you let your ox go in there and steal all his corn, and you an apple man with, you know what I'm saying, you got apples, you got to go get the best of your apples and restore and pay restitution to that man for everything he lost.
All right.
Go ahead.
Verse 6, if fire break out and catch in thorns, so that the sticks of corn, so that the stacks of corn, or the standing corn, or the field consumed therewith, he that kindled the fire shall surely make restitution.
If a fire breaks out and it burn up the field, your crops, a patch of your crops, or whatever, then whoever started that fire gonna have to pay back what they owe.
Verse 7, if a man shall deliver unto his neighbor money or stuff to keep, and it be stolen out of the man's house, if the thief be found, let him pay double.
So if you lend something to your neighbor and somebody comes steal it, then the thief gonna have to pay double of what they stole.
Right.
That's
I think that's the last. The Hebrew.
what time it started?
10:30.
I keep going.
Verse 8. Most likely. Yeah, that's right. Verse 8. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 22, verse 8, in the Hebrew. La'ah, Yamataza Haganah, Wa Nakwa Ra Rabah. Kara. Wa Nakara. Ba'il. Habayath. Habayath. All. Ha'al. Hayam. Ha'al Hayam. All the young. Oh, Salaki. Alahayim.
Alahayim means judge.
Alahayim. La'ah. Shalach. Yadawa. Mala Akaf.
Ba and then Mala'akaf.
Mala Akaf. Mala Akaf. Ra Wa. Hawa.
So bruh is one of the ones where
You just
say it out. Because bruh is not a people.
Okay.
So bruh,
Ra'ai Hawa.
Earth.
Ra'ai Hawa. Gotcha. Al. Verse 9. Al. Call. The bar. Pasai. Pashai. Pashai. Al. Shawar. Al. Chama. war, come a war. Ow, sha, ow, shalom, ma, shalama, shalama, ow, call, abad, abada, 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 right?
That's it.
Abada, ashor, ya amor, kaya, how, hawa, sa'a, sa, I, ha'a, ha, 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 Allah, Yahai, Allahayim, Salat, Allahayim, Yaba'a, Debar, Shana, Yam, Yaham, Shana, Yaham, Ashor, Rosh, Ya Ain, Ya Rosh, Ya Ain, Allahayim, Yash, Yash, Yashalam, Shanayim, Shanayim, right? Shana, Ya,
Shanayam.
gotcha. Shanayim, La, La, I, Hawa,
Love is the prefix, so you say love, you say the rest.
La, Ra'ai,
Hawa.
Hawa, La, Ra'ai, Hawa. Verse 10, Kaya, Yathan, Ayash, Al, Ra'ai, Hawa, Ra'ai, Hawa. Come a war, Hawa, Shawar, Hawa, Shah, no, it's Shah, Wakal, Baha, Maha, Baha, Baha, Baha,
Hama.
Baha, got it. La Shamor, Wamath, Awa, Na Shabar, Awa, Na Shabbat, Ayan, Ra'ah, verse 11, Shabbat, Shabbat, Yahweh, Bahad, Bahaya, Bahaya,
Got it.
Bayan, Shun, Shun, Yaham, La'ah, Shalach. Yadawa. Bala Kath. Bala Kath. Ra'ai Hawa. Ra'ai Hawa. Wala Kwak. No. Wala Kwak. Ba'ai La Yawa. Ba'ai La Yawa. Wala Ah. Wala Ah. Ya Shalom. Verse 12. Wa'ah. 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 Ganah. Ya Ganah. Ma'ai Mawa. Mawa. Ma'ai Mawa. Ya Shalom. Laba'ai La Yawa. La Yawa. Is Laba'ai La Yawa. That's how you say it. The last. Laba'ai Laba'ai. No. Okay. Laba'ai Yawa. Gotcha. Verse 13. Tarak. Tarak. Ya Tarak. Ya ba Hawa. Ya ba Hawa. I ta ha ta ha ta rapa ha ta rapa
It's safe though. I mean, it's like
ha ta rapa. Gotcha. Ba'ah. Ya Shalom. Verse 14. Wa Kaya. Ya Sha'al. Ya Sha'al. Or Yash. Ma'ain. Ma'ain. Ra'ai Hawa. Hawa. Ra'ai Hawa. Wa Na Shabar. Wa Na Shabar. Gotcha. Hawa. Moth. Ba'ai La Yawa. Ba'ai La Yawa. How you say that?
still and it becomes injured.
No.
You had honor of
Ba'al Yawa. That's what I'm saying. Ba'al Yawa. Ayan. Ayan. Aymar. Aymawa. Aymawa. Shalom. Ya Shalom. Verse 15. But I love you what? But I
yeah.
But I'll you what? But I'll you what? Right. Aymar. Ba'ah. Ya Shalom. Shaka. Shakawar. Shakawar. Shaka Yar. Hawa'ah. Hawa'ah. Ba'ah. Bashaka Rawa. Bashaka Rawa. That's what they say. Bashakarawa. Verse 16. Wakaya. Yapat. Yapata'a. Ayash. Bath. Bath. La'a. Bath. Wala'a. Bath Wala. Ashore. La'a. Arasha. Washaka. Aima. Mahor. Yamaha. Rana'a. Yama Harana. Yama Harana. La. Oh, select. Lawa. La Asha. La Asha. Verse 17. Ma'an. Ya Ma'an. Abaya. La Ta. Lawa. Kasa. Yashaqua. Kamahar. Habath. 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 Habath the Lawal Lot. Habath.
Say hi, then it's easier to say the rest of it.
Habath the Walat. Habath Walat. Oh, got it. Habath Walat. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 22, verse 8 in the English. If the thief be not found, then the master of the house shall be brought unto the judges to see whether he have put his hand unto his neighbor's goods.
So that aspect is you loan something to your neighbor and the thief. So in the verse right before, you loan something to your neighbor, it was stolen. You found the thief paying back double. Now in this situation, you loan something to your neighbor, the thief was not found. So now you got to bring your neighbor up to the judges, and the judges got to decide whether your neighbor the one stole it. Go ahead.
Verse 9. For all manner of trespass, whether it be for ox, for ass, for sheep, for raiment, or for any manner of lost thing which another challengeth to be his, the cause of both parties shall come before the judges, and whom the judges shall condemn, he shall pay double unto his neighbor.
So basically, anytime there has a dispute between one person and another about any item, be it an ox, be it raiment, your clothing, that's my hat, that's my shoes, be it anything, any manner of any lost thing. If it happens and it's a dispute between two people, you got to bring it before the judges, and the judges are going to determine who's at fault, and that person will have to pay double. Go ahead.
Verse 10, if a man deliver unto his neighbor an ass or an ox or a sheep or any beast to keep, and it die or be hurt or driven away, no man seeing it. Verse 11, then shall an oath of the Lord be taken between them both, that he hath not put his hand unto the neighbor's goods, unto his neighbor's goods, and the owner of it shall accept thereof, and he shall not make it good.
Okay, so if you bring your ass or your ox or any living beast to your neighbor's crib, I guess so that they can, like, you loaning the ox to them. If something happened to it, then y'all gotta, then an oath gotta be made that the person whose house the ox was at, that he ain't do nothing to cause that ox to die or be lost or anything like that. And once that oath is made, then that everybody should be square on the oath. You going?
Verse 12, and if it be stolen from him, he shall make restitution unto the owner thereof.
So if he stole from him though, if he taking it, then he gotta pay the owner back. You know?
Verse 13, if it be torn in pieces, then let him bring it for witness, and he shall make good that which was torn.
So if another animal like a wolf come in and eat that animal, tear it to pieces, destroy it, you gotta show proof that it was destroyed by an animal. And if you show your proof, then you ain't gotta pay it back.
Verse 14, and if a man borrow aught of his neighbor, and it be hurt or die, the owner thereof being not with it, he shall surely make it good. Verse 15. Gotcha.
All right, so if a man borrow from his neighbor, and we talk about the animal, and it get hurt or it die, and the owner not there, then he's the man who borrowed it got to make good by that animal. You got to pay him back. You know?
Verse 15. But if the owner thereof be with it, he shall not make it good. If it be an hired thing, it came for his hire.
So if the owner is there and he has responsibility of his animal, then he got to be responsible for what happened to that animal. See what I'm saying? Like if you need some horses at your spot to do something, and you don't just drop the horses off. You come over there and you supervise the horses and make sure the horses being done correctly. If a wolf come out and tear one of your horses up, that's on you, because you was there to watch your horses. You understand me? Therefore, you should have been, you know what I'm saying? Basically, you should have had the protection over those horses while you was there, type of thing.
Verse 16. And if a man entice a maid that is not betrothed, betrothed.
It's the one that, you know what I'm saying, you feisty niggas need to listen to. It's a lot of feisty niggas who can't control themselves. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just got to make sure y'all know the rules of what happens when you deal with a woman that's not betrothed, or a woman that's not meant to be married, who's not lined up to be married. Go ahead.
And lie with her, he shall surely endow her to be his wife.
So if you find a woman that ain't already set up for another man, and you lie with her, she ain't married. She ain't even, like, she's a full out single woman, and you lay with her, you hit it, then you got to go ahead and make sure that you do everything that that involves you marrying her.
Right.
Which means you got to pay the dowry. That's what endow means. You get a dowry. You got to pay whoever daughter that is. You got to pay that man. You can't just hit it and then go ahead and just
hit it and fall into the shadow. You understand me? You got to pay. Go ahead.
Such a good point. It might seem something that can be done, but this one precept would help the black community tremendously. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It will stabilize families and give a good mindset to our men and women on how to, you know, go through life. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Like, Most High Christ, give him a hand. Like, as we've been saying since the beginning, you know what I'm saying? Like, these laws are meant to govern men and women and children in a nation.
Right.
Without these laws, then it becomes chaotic. There are no rules. Go ahead.
So I just wanted to highlight the word that used. The scripture says, if a man entice a maid,
Right.
you can't be out here just enticing no woman. You gotta
Well,
try.
If I could, it is not that you can't entice her. If you entice her, you better be ready for what come after it.
That's right.
So if you can entice a woman all you want if she's a single woman. There's no sin in enticing her. That's pretty much you spit game. You can spit game at a woman. You ain't married to her till you lie with her. That's why I say right after that it says and lie with her. That's the nail in the coffin. That's the linchpin. You can entice a woman all you want. You feel me? If she's not married. You feel me? Right. And it won't be no sin. There's no sin in enticing a single woman. But once you lie with her, you gotta follow through with it.
Right.
You gotta stand on business. And like I was saying, this is the key element to all of this is these things are what are needed in a nation so that people don't get hugged. Right. People don't get messed over.
That's right.
You understand me? So women ain't single women out here. They not bitter women and single mothers and all of that different nature. Because you know back in that gap they ain't had no condoms.
Right.
You understand? You lie with her shit, you mess around and get her pregnant out the gate.
Right.
You understand me? The way the Lord work, he probably making you get her pregnant. Nah, ain't no running away from it. You understand me? Like, it's a reason for these rules. And that's why in America right now, we see so much chaos and destruction in America. Because America doesn't feel like, you can see the common denominator is America got its own rules that it want to live by. And not the rules of the Most High God. And that's why America is such a chaotic place right now.
Right.
That's why America is Babylon. That's why America is Sodom, is Egypt. Because all of these different characteristics of those places America has, because it's not a place where the laws of the Most High God is the authority.
Right.
They create their own authority. And they change the rules when they want to change the rules. And they allow sin to govern the nation. And that's why the nation is in the position that it's in now.
Right.
And that's why we have to fight and work hard towards building the nation of Israel. Rebuilding it so that Christ, when he comes, he has something to take. Without establishing these rules, without establishing this order, without establishing this environment, then there cannot be a kingdom of heaven. There will be injustice.
Right.
There will be evil. There will be chaos. Yes,
Trying out of one time. And you know, it's just like what Idawan said, like we got a whole culture after laying with women and throwing them away. You get what I'm saying? I mean, you got brothers bedding women, they having children, don't know who the parents, don't know who the father is, things like that. I mean, just for a man to spend his whole life chasing tail and throwing it away. You get what I'm saying? Like, if he had the kind of decency to have his mind after something else other than that, that will make the nation great. Then you got all these, go ahead.
My bad.
Then you got all these sisters who did, I mean, you got sisters today that make their culture off of praying on men like that.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? The man think he done turned it to the prey. It done got so bad.
Great.
Crazy.
Like I was saying, I could, sir.
Go ahead.
The word you use heavy culture, because you know what I'm saying. The small hat, the one that's in ruling this kingdom. You know what I'm saying. What has a big hand in ruling this kingdom? You know what I'm saying. The Jewish man, the Amalekite. You know what I'm saying. He pushes and all the powers that he can. You know what I'm saying. Sports, entertainment, music. He pushes for our culture to be. You know what I'm saying. What you just said. This wickedness of sleep with a woman and run away from her.
Right.
Or a woman being, you know what I'm saying, that snare and that trap to lie with the man and then split or trap you or whatnot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All that's turned into our culture, man.
To
Go ahead, please.
devalue each other.
Damn right. Come on. Right, the press of the devil, the Bible speaks of.
Right. Because I mean, like, if a woman value her man, she won't want to just go from man to man to man. If a man value his wife, he not gonna just throw her away. You get what I'm saying? We done got to the point we don't even care about each other. We don't care. I mean, dang, it's meaningless sex, basically. You get what I'm saying? It's just meaningless, just for pleasure. Just you a lover of pleasure.
All right, the last verse.
Verse 17. If her father utterly refuse to give her unto him, he shall pay money according to the dowry of virgin.
So this way it get tricky at. If the father don't want to give his daughter up, then guess what? Guess what the father gotta do?
Gotta sell it.
He gotta pay.
He
gotta pay. The father gotta pay. The whole problem is this. Because the father has at the end of the day, the father has to say so. You understand me? She can't marry nobody else. You know what I'm saying? Because she ain't no virgin. No, the father is stepping in between the whole giving away. So the father gonna have to pay the man for not being able to get the wife. Hear me? So let's read it again. If the father utterly refuses to give her unto him, he shall pay money according to the dowry of virgin. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Let me just make sure.
You think that he is the man that enticed the woman?
Let me just make sure. Let me go. I just want to make sure I ain't saying this wrong. I could be misspeaking.
But the point, if I could, while you look that up, sir, the point I was gonna make earlier is really like I was gonna ask too. Like the Levites were the judges, right, sir?
Right.
So the Levites was putting in work, man. Back then, the Levites was the investigators, the attorneys, the prosecutors, the judges. They was the first responders. They was people on the scene saying, "Oh, this is the wolf that I see. This is the remains of the ox, and the wolf tracks right here. That means clearly, you know what I'm saying, that the beast was torn apart by a wolf." The Levites, the first people doing all this stuff.
Yeah.
The Levites was putting in work, and they was doing it under. You know what I'm saying, the authority of God. They was being righteous with it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now, you know what I'm saying, we have our policemen. The policemen ain't doing nothing. They get the little training and a gun, and they just out there acting regular with a little bit of power. They're not being righteous with that authority. They're not really trying to help people, save people. That's the laws. That's what the laws of God were for, to make sure things were going the right way.
Right.
The people that are keeping the laws of America, they don't care about what's right and what's wrong.
Right.
They just care about their own selves.
Right. Yeah. So, Salaki, the man will be paying a dowry to virgins And I had to clarify. I was misreading. The man will be paying the dowry to virgins, and what makes that special is the dowry of virgins is like the highest price. Feel me? That's like not like a regular dowry.
Yeah.
You understand me? Like a virgin is a young unmarried woman. You know what I'm saying? A young woman, a woman in a youth.
She was just a maid before that. Said she was just a maid, but if the father he enticed a maid that's not betrothed, she really wasn't the highest price in the get-go, huh?
Oh, it sure do say right.
She was just a regular. I'm not trying to say our sisters is regular degular, but
Yeah.
Give me 1 second.
kind of kind.
Yeah, keep talking.
Kind, sir. So it pretty much about the Levites, man. They was just putting in work for the Lord, man. They was the first responders. They was the what do you call it? What's the word with I just said it?
The investigators.
They were investigators. They looked up things, and then when it came down to a court matter, you know what I'm saying? They was the attorney. Of course, there was different hierarchy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You had your investigators. Investigators would probably be your 50s.
Yeah.
And then the judges, the ones that judge the matters, those would be your generals.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But the Levites was taking care of all this stuff, man.
Right.
So we had a system in the days of the Old Testament that were able to govern the nation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We had a system. We don't need this American BS.
That's right. They got
this stuff. Go ahead, please, bro.
They got their stuff from us.
Damn right, all right.
We the ones who fell away from our ways. We start following their ways. Oh, you should have the freedom to do, and you should have the free. No, you don't need the freedom to do that. Look what it do to you. It turn you into an animal.
Right.
You being led by, and that's the thing that I wanted to say. You know how you said that these cops is they get that little authority and they go crazy with it.
Yeah.
Well, look who their leaders are.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? You are not going to act any better than your master. You get what I'm saying? The people who run law enforcement are animals.
Right.
If I could, just to clarify again, Salak, you know what I'm saying? The way I said it the first time was actually the right way. Because it's the father he's the one that's utterly refusing to give up the woman. You know what I'm saying? The man, okay, so let's just think about it like this way. If you marry a woman, if she a maid, a maid basically just means a woman that's unmarried, right? You know what I'm saying? You marry this woman, you have to endow her, meaning you gotta pay the father to get her. Now, if the father said, I ain't taking your money, you're not having her. This was done from under my nose, ain't nobody gonna marry her. And now the father gotta pay him because because he lost the wife.
Yeah.
You feel me? That was his woman. He did he spit all that game, and the father stood in between it. Then that father then has to pay the dowry of virgins again, which is still the highest price. You know what I'm saying? Because a woman that's no longer a virgin or no longer a young woman of marriageable age, then she becomes an older woman. And paying for an older woman is a lot less. Like it's like paying for a lamb versus paying for an old sheep.
Right.
You feel me? Like an old sheep, it ain't gonna cost the same as a brand new baby lamb. You understand me? Like a young strong calf ain't gonna cost the same. A young strong bull that's running raw into these cows ain't gonna cost the same as an old bull.
Right.
Feel me? An old bull gonna cost a lot cheaper. Because this bull passes his time of thriving, his prime. Right. You know what I'm saying? So in that same note, the father gotta pay that man for what that man is losing. Right. Just like if the other way around, a man gotta pay the father for what the father loses. Right.
So what happened to the daughter?
The daughter goes with whoever. If If the father utterly refuses, then the daughter stays under the father's care forever.
Ooh, man. So, if I,
That's not righteous though.
I mean, hold on, look. That should deter a woman from going out there and laying with a man before bringing the man to her father.
Absolutely. That makes a person have to follow the protocol.
That's right.
Because if you don't follow the protocol, it's a chance that you might not get what you want.
Right, right.
And if you entice a maid, you really want her. You say you entice her, you didn't lie with her. You know what I'm saying? You got to endow her.
Right.
Now either you gonna pay the father or you gonna get paid. Like either way, you gonna have to be prepared for either you gonna lose in your pockets for father for because the thing about it is this: if you go through the proper protocols, then the father can name his price.
Right.
His price can be whatever price he wanted to be. And if you get like, for instance, with Jacob,
Right, Laban.
LeBron, you feel me? His price was his price. You got to do 7 years work.
Right.
And then, you want Rachel? Okay, cool. You got to do 7 years to get her because according to my culture, you got to get the oldest daughter before I got to give away the oldest daughter before I give away the youngest daughter. These are my rules. You know what I'm saying? Me. So the father can write the rules how he write the rules. The thing is, the dowry of a virgin is high as a mother. Bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's high as hell. I'm saying ain't nobody really trying to come off the dowry verse. That's why they get in good with the father and try to, you know what I'm saying, negotiate.
Right.
But without no negotiation, I'm gonna hit you over the head. And then on the flip side, if the same hit you was gonna hit me with, you gonna get hit with if you don't follow what the Lord said is supposed to happen. Somebody gonna get hit, regardless.
Right.
And that's the point. The point is that if you do things the right way, then you may not be hit like you may get a little bit of mercy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
This is really showing sisters watching how valuable that box is. It's like it's being vocal, but you know what I'm saying? Like you're not supposed to be out here drinking on Christmas and then sleeping with everybody and doing this and doing that, going to the club and having a new man every weekend. Then
right.
It's rules. It's whole laws and dowries of virgins and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? That govern like the protocols Adawan and this priest were just saying. It's proper protocols to be followed when opening up legs, man. Them bloody bed sheets is a real thing, man.
Right.
It's lucky.
And it's a reason for all of these things all of these traditions. You understand me? Right. Without us following the rules, without us keeping the boundaries, without it, it's like we've been saying, there becomes chaos. People get hugged, people get messed over. Right. You know what I'm saying? Single mothers, abandoned children, all these different things that are plaguing Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans today is based off of us not following the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High God of our fathers.
Right.
You understand me?
This here shows so much respect and love for each other. For what, like, the man gotta have a certain type of respect for himself and the man of the home to even, like, and then you gotta look at you looking at the sister like, man, I ain't trying to bed this sister and then have her without a man.
It's a different type of love, right?
Yeah, like you don't want to make the sister fall in love with you. She ready to be your wife, and then the father go, nah, she ain't gonna come with you. Here go the money. She just gonna be by herself forever, and you done angered him.
Right.
You know, it's like a punishment to her. You feel what I'm saying? That she don't get her husband. And it's so much respect, and you know, this on another level.
Yeah, like. The main point is that as a man, the women in your house are your property until they're not.
That's right.
They're your absolute responsibility, and you have control over that. Now, that doesn't mean to be a tyrant. Doesn't mean to be super controlling, because see, a tyrant gonna have to pay the price too. You understand me? And the price might be steep. The price might be so high that you're gonna have to give up. You understand me? The diary of a virgin, if he's not a rich man,
Right.
you're gonna just have to take the money.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You see, you're gonna take the money, you're gonna get the money up. Simple. But that woman is going somewhere and some money is getting exchanged, period.
It's like good. Real quick, I know we're trying to move on, but I guess that could work if you were the father and you're trying to save your daughter from one harm.
Right.
Like that man no good. I'll just come out of the pocket.
Right.
And keep my daughter.
Right.
I know he gonna probably try to pimp you out or something.
Right. And, you know that, like that. And there are nuances in all of these things. You know what I'm saying? There could be situations where, you know what I'm saying, it's more it's better off that way. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, but you know, that's the reason why they had the laws in here like they are. And that's also the reason why before any of those consequences are laid out, they go before the judges so the judges can hear it.
Right.
But anyway, we're gonna end it right there. Go ahead and mark it, and we're gonna go ahead and close out, man. The water for y'all tuning in, being here with us, man. Give yourselves a hand, man. Went over a lot of laws, man, but it ain't over with, huh? Got a little bit more to go. But with that, I imagine, which means to stand.
YAHANNA.
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 All right. Amanya Wapa Yahakwadam, Sar, just turn to face the east. We're going to go ahead and say the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew and English.
It's the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim. Wadash. Ayah. Shamka. Yahweh. Malak Sabbath. Batzaka. Ayah. Aisha. Baratza. Kuwa. Ayah. Bashamayim. Batanlanau. Lakam. Call. The Wum. Wasalaknau. Kabawaknau. Kasalaknau. Kawaknau. Wala'ah. Tabayanau. Manasayawan. Abal. Awashayanau. Mayan. Right. Kaya. Laka. Amalakwa. Wahala. Matapara.
Atabarab.
I will love him.
I will love him.
Aman.
Aman. In the English, our Father,
Our Father,
which art in heaven.
which art in heaven.
Hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done.
In earth.
In earth.
As it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this day
Our daily bread.
our daily bread.
And forgive us our debts.
Forgive us our debts.
As we forgive our debtors.
Forgive our debtors.
And lead us not
Lead us not
into temptation.
temptation.
But deliver us
But deliver us
from evil.
from evil.
For thine is the kingdom.
Thine is the kingdom.
And the power and glory.
And the power and glory.
Forever.
Forever.
So be it.
So be it.
Saw. Face forward. All right, we're going to do a courtesy salute to the men and the teachers. Men of Israel, I.S.U.P.K. Shabbat. I.S.U.P.K. Barak. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Yahweh Saw. Face the sisters. Going to do one courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, I.S.U.P.K. Shabbat. I.S.U.P.K. Barak. Yahweh Shem Yahweh 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 Dismiss.